Let's talk about MB and music broadcast. That particular stock is in focus after the earnings came out. And I have Mr. Apurva Purohit, director of the company, joining us right now. Mr. Purohit, thanks very much for your time. Talk to us about the third quarter. How did it go for you? And particularly on revenues, what's the outlook from here on?
The highlights of the quarter are as follows: that for the third quarter in a row we have delivered margins of 31%. This is despite the fact that we are still investing in our phase 3 stations, which we launched in the latter part of last year. Our revenue growth has been around 5%, but the good point to be noted here is that while October was muted largely because last October was a very high month for all of us, November, December has shown a growth figure of 20%. This 20% growth figure seems to suggest that the economy is in a revival mode, and therefore for the latter part of the year we are certainly looking forward to double-digit growths.
Mr. Purohit, your margins have come in quite sturdy above the 30% mark, but still are slightly on the lower side if one were to talk about on a year-on-year comparison. What's the outlook from here on, or at least the trajectory? Would you maintain it above the 30% levels?
So at the beginning of the year, we had guided that we would be delivering margins of 30% plus, and I think we are quite in line to do that number, especially with the double-digit growths that we are seeing in November, December. We are also seeing a revival in certain categories like auto, finance, real estate, and these categories which are reasonably high-spend categories on radio. Seem to suggest that quarter 4 will continue with this revival.
Right. Let's talk about the volumes as far as the advertising growth is concerned. What kind of numbers do you see? How do you see volumes to pan out from here on? We are looking at some amount of revival coming in overall ad spend when we are talking to a lot of corporates on the street.
So as far as advertising revenue is concerned, if you look at the volume growth, we have grown in quarter 3 at 5%. The industry has grown at approximately 2%. This has helped us add on one more percentage point to our market share, and currently our volume market share in the 15 markets where data is available is 21%. And as I've already mentioned, this is on the back of categories like auto, finance and real estate showing a revival.
Right. Thanks very much for joining us on the show, and good luck for your coming quarters as well.